guys. Give me just a minute to make sure I am everywhere I'm supposed to be, which is just YouTube. If you're on here, and I know a couple of you are because you've already been commenting, please let me know that you can hear and see me okay. Oh, hold on, got to turn that off. Right at the very end, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my iPhone set up as my camera. So I had to rush and get that done. You would think after doing this every week, I would know what I'm doing, right? Hey, Diana and Cindy and Deanna. Okay, thanks so much for letting me know you can hear and see me okay. So I will just get started right away, guys. My name is Bobby. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S., and I do these weekly online classes every Thursday at noon. It used to be Wednesday, but we switched it last week to Thursdays, and I really like it a lot better. Hey, Stacy. South Florida, you're in my favorite state. We're headed there in like 4 weeks. I can't wait. Gonna go to Panama City Beach. Okay, so if you want me to send you the 6 free make and take packets of the cards that I'm going to be sharing with you today, all you have to do is place an online order with me of $35. Use the host code that's provided. Everything's in the description box below for you. If you click on that link, it will automatically add that host code to your order for you. You will receive 6 free make and take packets, the PDFs and the video. It's just the replay of the YouTube video. And then if you spend $50, I send you all of that. Plus, I'm part of a global Sweethearts tutorial bundle. You'll get that as well as an embellishment. And if you spend $100, you get 2 embellishments and everything I just mentioned. Okay, guys, let me switch the camera over and we will get started. So I knew right away, you guys, when I saw this bundle in the new catalog that I had to have it because my husband fishes all the time. If you are signed up for my newsletter, you probably received my email that I sent out this morning. Hey, Mary. And I put a picture. He actually went fishing yesterday and counted, I want to say he said 32 to 35 swans on one of our local lakes. And we live in a very populated lake area in Indiana. We have over 105 lakes. So he's got a lot of options to choose for his fishing. So I ordered this one just as soon as the catalog went live and we were allowed to place our orders. And I love this one so much. This is the one I'm going to use for this month's card club projects. So it's got 16 stamps, and then the dies have 17. And you can make a really cool tackle box with that die. Now I'm going to cheat on this card. I am using the TaylorMade Tag Punch. It's no longer available, but I'm not very good at bannering ends, and so I cheat and I use that punch. But this is card number 1. So if you do want the card sent to you and you place an order, how that works is you'll receive 2 packets of each different card. So you'll make 2 of each of the designs. I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink. Let me get my little block off there. I used the 2023-2025 in color jute trim. I used the rustic metallic adhesive backed dots. And this is part of the suite. It's called the Twisted Rope 3D. Hold on, let me grab the DSP. So if you order the suite, you can also get this DSP. And I love the DSP. It is very masculine and it just coordinates so well with the stamp set, I think. Okay, let me move this where it's not going to get smashed. And then I used the Countryside Corners dies again for my label on the card. And then let me move my packet out of the way. And then I have all my little pre-cuts already out here that I'm going to have to die cut. So let me move those and try not to lose them. Okay, let's get started. Let me pull up the PDF. I'll take everything out of my little packet. Hey, Barb. Okay, so for card number 1, my base is Mossy Meadow, and it is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then the piece of, okay, did I pull up? Hold on a minute, guys. I pulled up the wrong one. Clicked on the wrong one. Oh, and clicked on the wrong one again. And I had these in order too. My goodness. My eyesight must be going. So Wild Wheat is 4 by 5 1/4, and then your DSP is going to be 1.5 by 3 3/4. And then I'm just going to go ahead and banner this really quickly. Just get it as straight as I can. Not too bad. Okay, we can go ahead and put this piece down because we don't have any ribbon that has to go behind it or anything like that. We are having the best weather week in Indiana right now. I mean, this week has been absolutely beautiful. It is really getting me in the mood for summer. Okay, and then we'll just put this piece down towards the bottom. Kind of like this. Just like that. Let's grab the label and I'll stamp. Because it's photopolymer, I'm going to use my piercing mat just so that way I get a good cushion. Oh, get that closed. And then we're just going to stamp this right in the center. Did you guys notice I got my nails done again? So I missed them so bad. I absolutely love getting my nails done. And I'm telling you, I was so sad that I had to stop getting them done. And so I called another place and kind of explained to the guy what was going on. And he said that he has this special solution that he uses for a couple of his other clients. He said what happens is over time, from getting your nails done so much, your skin can become irritated, kind of like allergic to the solution that they use. But he had a different solution that he can use like for sensitive skin or whatever, and that it really helps. And I have not had any issues since I had them done. I did have this little spot right there, and I don't know if you guys remember, but that's kind of how they all would start. They would like rip. It would just start around my cuticle or around my nail, and it would just start ripping. But this was already there before I even got my nails done, so I wasn't too concerned that was the cause of that. So fingers crossed this will work. So I'm going to use, I'm just trying to look at my design to see what die I need to put here. So for the little bobber stick, we're going to use Wild Wheat. I'm going to use Very Vanilla for the bobber piece. And then this you can change like 1/2 of the bobber. So I'm just going to use Mossy Meadow. Whoops. To cut that out. These cards, you guys, Father's Day is going to be here before we know it in June. These are great for Father's Day. There's a retirement sentiment in there. Birthdays. I mean, you have so many different stamp sets anyway. You can trade out the sentiments if you need a birthday, but I do believe that we have Happy Father's Day, retirement, so glad you're my dad. There's not a birthday. Congrats, but like I just said, you can always switch it out for a stamp set that does have a birthday. Okay. Yeah, Diana, those are very painful when it would start ripping like that. And they would just keep ripping because, of course, at my age, my skin is not what it used to be. And it would bleed. I would constantly, and the thing of it was when I would go to wash my hands, like as soon as they get done with your nails, they have you go wash your hands. And as soon as I would wash my hands, I could feel it. Like I could feel the burning sensation around the tips of my fingers. And even when they would have me put my hands for my nail to cure in the LED light, as soon as they would have me do that, hold on just a second, let me grab tweezers. That's when I could honestly first feel the burning sensation, but then it would just get worse as I would go to wash my hands. And it almost wasn't worth the pain, but I missed him so bad. I was like, I don't know now, kind of. I think maybe it's worth the pain to get them done because I miss them so bad. I was doing my own the last couple videos when you could see it and my nails were shorter. I was doing them myself using a kit that I found online. It's called Nail Boo. And I would highly, highly recommend those to anybody that wants to do their own at home. I can't file my nails once I start filing them. I just keep filing them till I have no nail left. And I like the square, and I can't file them square very well. So I was getting frustrated with that. But the Nail Boo product is a great product. It lasts a long time. They say it can last up to 6 weeks. I only had mine last up to just a little over 2 weeks when I did mine. And I think I only did mine actually twice. So we're going to use the wild wheat. And I'm not going to wrap this too many times because this is super thick jute and we don't want it to be super thick on the card. So I'm just going to do just a little bit. And I'm just going to wrap it. If I don't get it in a knot here as I'm trying to wrap it. But yeah, I would highly recommend that. And if my nails go to breaking out again, I'm going to trim this little piece off so it's more even. I will definitely go back to using the Nail Boo products just so I can keep my nails polished and they look cute. That type of thing. Okay, so right here, I am going to just put a little bit of adhesive. If I can get, hold on a minute, I'm going to have to redo that. So right there, I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive. And then I'm just going to twist it into like an 8, the figure 8. And then I'm just going to put that down. And then this piece that wants to give me a hard time and not lay down, I'm going to try to get it in that piece of adhesive right there. Because once we put the little bobber on there, it will stay down. So then let's just grab, I'm going to put 2, if I can fit them on here, dimensionals on the back. That one's kind of showing, but it's okay. And so I'm learning all over again how to do stuff with these long nails. I'm going to take these off because I can see them. Let's see if I can trim it down. Sometimes I can get back behind there and trim it. I think I used minis. I can't talk, you guys, and do 2 things at once. I always get... Trying not to cut myself. These scissors are super sharp too. Hold on a minute. Get that piece off. See if you can still see it. Just a little bit. Let's see if I go from this direction. There we go. That's better. So then we'll just put the bobber on there like that. And you could use adhesive if you didn't want to do the dimensionals as well. And then we'll put on here a couple. I'm going to try to get my little adhesive off there. So I'm going to put 2 little small rustic gems here at the top. And then 2 of the larger ones we're going to place over here. And you'll get everything that I'm showing you guys in this project to make yours. You'll get the trim, you'll get the rustic dots. I'll die cut that label because it's not included. I won't emboss this piece for you because you can purchase the embossing folder and do it. But I will send you the DSP, all the cardstock, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is card 1 done. Now we'll do card 2. And it is this super cute card. Now I did pull in a different stamp set. So you won't have this piece that's stamped. I will send you that piece, but it will not have that image on it because I used the sketched plaid. I love plaid. And this was another one that was on my top priority list to get when I saw it in the catalog. And then for the sentiment, I am pulling in the Something Fancy dies. That's where I got that label. Let me pull up the PDF. Hey, Patricia. Thank you, Diana. And you guys, I did forget to say, if you comment or share the video, that's how you'll be entered in my Prize Patrol drawing. Hold on a minute, I dropped a die. So commenting and sharing, even if it's on the replay, that's how I enter. Everybody gets entered into the Prize Patrol drawing. I randomly select a comment or a share, and the person that won this week's, I'll tell you at the end, she commented and shared. So that got her 2 entries into the drawing. But thank you for the reminder, Diane. I really appreciate that, Diana. So Mossy Meadow, this piece is... Did I pull up the wrong one again? I'm just making sure, you guys, I have the right one that I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I put the wrong size, so I'll need to change that. It's 4 1/4. That I'm reading from the PDF and it's wrong. 5.5 by 8.5 scored at 4 1/4. This piece that I'm going to stamp with the sketched plaid stamp set is 4 by 5 1/4. And then, let me see, this one I think is for my stamping, the label for my sentiment. Then you'll have a piece of Very Vanilla that is 2 1/8 by 4 7/8. The DSP then will be, 2 by 4 3/4. Another piece of Very Vanilla, 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. And the DSP is 1 3/4 by 4. Thanks so much, Cindy, for sharing. I appreciate that. And thank you, Stacy, for sharing it to Facebook. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just move this stuff out of the way. We'll grab this piece of, or not this piece, but the stamp set, and we're going to just ink it up in Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper. And as you can tell, this is the one I used when I designed the card. And then grab that piece of Mossy Meadow and just put it down. And I have really tiny hands, so I like to just flip it over, put it down, and then just kind of hold it. You could lay it on top and then put the paper on top of it and then smooth it that way. I don't know. I've always just done it this way. And then just voila. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. I do love this stamp set so much. Okay, let's put this piece down now. The jute trim was a little bit thick, you guys, so I kind of switched it up and went to linen thread on the next 2 cards. Just for the way that I laid the cards out, I didn't want them to be, I didn't want it to be super thick. Now this is going to be, since we're using the 1/8 marks, this is going to be kind of a tight fit, so you might want to use your liquid glue. I'm just using this because I think it's faster. You'll probably get a much more straighter, accurate border if you do use liquid glue. I'm not even going to put that one down because I could see that one going sideways already. I'll rip my paper. Okay, let me see. Let me put a little bit more down on this one. I do struggle with, like, keeping things straight. I don't know if you guys do. But, like, I start out good. Like, you can see that's really good. And then I always go south towards the bottom, I feel like. There, that was really good. My comeback was amazing, you guys. Okay, so this one, we're just going to put in the center. Like so. And then this one, we're just going to put off to the side, like this. We will stamp the sentiment. Now, I had a heck of a time getting this fish lined up. Not even going to lie. I tried and tried and tried. I kept trying to get the eyeball. That's what I was focusing on. And I was trying to use the wild wheat for the fish outline, so for this part, and I'll show you. I feel like I have adhesive on my finger. And then using Mossy Meadow for the inside. And I think what ended up happening was it was just those color combinations that I did not like. So I'm going to just do the inside then in Mossy Meadow, but I'm going to stamp off and make it a little bit lighter. And this may not be the best lineup too, because the camera's right above my head, but that's pretty good. I'll take it. I was slightly off, but not enough that I'm going to worry about it. Let me close this up. Kind of get these stamps, shove everything down so I can get those out of my way. Die cut this out. Whoops. And if you guys are interested in my card club, I'll talk more about it here in a minute. But I have some great projects planned for June. It's $38 a month. And I am going to have to raise the price a little bit on that. It's not going to be too high. But I am going to have to raise it just because the price of the everything in the catalog, the ink, the paper, everything kind of increased, which then that makes my price have to increase. I hate doing it, but I know you guys understand. Okay, let's put dimensionals on the back of this. I probably won't go over $40. It's $38 now. So if it is going to be over 40, you guys, it's not going to be much over 40. Okay. Let's put this down. And I just kind of offset this like that. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of the fish so we can put our linen thread. And we're going to do it the same exact way. My linen thread is a hot mess. You guys don't even look. I got to find the end of it. But it's got a knot. And I wasn't patient enough to try to untangle it. And I just kept going with it. And this is what happened. This is what happens when you don't have patience. Let me find. I can see the end of it. There it is. Oh my good gosh. Come here. Okay. That piece keeps getting stuck. I might have to grab a new one. My fish is on the line. Okay, this card's going to take forever just because of the linen thread. There we go. Now, I didn't want it to be too thick, so I'm just going to do 2 fingers and wrap it around a few times. So I'm just going to cut that right there. I try to grab those 2 cut ends together and then just flip it to make that figure 8. And then I'm just going to stick it then on the back of the fish where I put that adhesive. And then I'll flip it over, and if I want to kind of finagle it and move a few pieces, I do, but it's okay the way that it is. And then I'll put a couple of dimensionals on the back. I'm going to make sure that one is turned up so that little pokey one doesn't show through the end piece. Okay. And then put it down here. Grab some of our little rustic gems. You know, I'm going to have to get a hold of, oh, shoot. I got to think of her name now. It just left my mind. I had it and then I lost it. I'll think of it in a minute. But she has not been on my Facebook Live in a couple of weeks. And she was always on here. Okay, so this one is the 3rd card. Love how this one, and I'll show you a little different variation that I did with the little waves here in a minute. Sweet Sorbet and Misty Moonlight is my ink. Let me grab my stamps. Linda was who I'm thinking of. Then I lost her first name and could remember her last name, and I kept thinking, oh my gosh, what is that lady's first name? She's local, so she attends our local card classes. Okay, for project 3, Our card base is Misty Moonlight, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I will send you another piece of Misty Moonlight. Or I'm sorry, this piece is Boho Blue. Grab the wrong piece, hold on. Hold on. Boho Blue, that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I embossed mine with the 3D rope embossing folder, but yours will not be embossed. I'll just send the paper, the cardstock. Then another piece of Misty Moonlight, that's 3.5 by 4.5. The DSP, Let's Go Fishing DSP, is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then you just need some scraps for your waves. I cut mine, you guys, about maybe 3/4 of an inch. This first one is a little bit wider because it's my first one. But these layered behind, I cut them just a little bit, not as wide. But as you can see on this one, you've got like the marks for like the waves. And then on this piece you don't. That piece you don't. But then you've got them back here. On this one, you have them on all. And that is because when I cut this piece out, this piece was left over. And so I just decided to use that without the little wave marks. And I really liked the way that it turned out. And she plays golf a lot, Diana. So I think that that is probably where our friend has been. We have had great weather. She normally watches the replays, but I know in the summertime she kind of fades off a little bit because she does a lot of volunteer work, she's told me. And like I said, I know she golfs a lot. I drove by our golf course. We have a couple here. And one of them that's close by my house. I drove by there on Saturday when I was going to get my nails done. And people were parked all the way across the road. I have never, ever seen that many people at that golf course. And I don't know if everybody was just excited or if maybe it was a special event they were having. But I called my husband and I was like, oh my God, people at Rosella Ford is like parked across the road. Like a lot of people across the road. The parking lot was entirely full. Okay, so let's put this piece down here. And then I went ahead and just glued my waves together just to make it save time and make it easier for us. Wouldn't have to die cut them out. We'll put some adhesive on the back. Try not to get glue on our fingers. And then just bring it all the way down to the end of the DSP. Just like that. Okay, and then we'll move this out of the way. And I will stamp the bobber in Misty Moonlight. So this is the outside. And then I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Misty Moonlight. I thought about embossing this, and then I changed my mind, and I was like, nope, I think I'll just do Boho Blue for the cardstock, and then the dark Misty Moonlight will show up better. And then for the bobber inside, I'm using Sweet Sorbet. Just like that. And I already have my little bow, so I'm just going to put it there. Let me die cut out the bobber. I need to move these stamps out of the way. Oh, and I dropped it as I was moving it. I know it's hard in the summer because everybody has so much going on. We have a lot going on too, so people travel and everybody wants to be outside. Yeah, I like the font too, Diana. I kind of like really am a font person. Like that's one thing I really notice about the stamp sets is the fonts. And sometimes that's what really draws me to them. Now, I'm not going to put any glue or adhesive, dimensionals is the word I'm looking for. I want to put this piece down first, and that will kind of decide where I want to put my bobber. So, when I used to go fishing when I was a little girl, I would go with my grandpa, and we would just fish off the bank, and we would use these exact kind of bobbers, and just fish at a river on the bank and use worms. Of course, I would not bait my own hook. My grandpa had to do that for me. And then I would go with my dad, and I have a lot of fond memories of fishing on a riverbank. My grandpa was the best. Okay, and then we're just going to kind of fit that wherever we can fit it back behind there. And you could put that on there first too if you wanted to, before you put your waves down. If you're scared you won't be able to fit it. But on each card I put my waves down first and then put the bobber in, and I didn't have any issue of getting the bobber to fit. We'll just grab a mini glue dot maybe. Thought I was underneath there. Come on, mini glue dot. Did I get it? Yep. Okay, and then we'll just put that right there. Definitely need to trim this down a little bit. I'm just going to trim this one here. That's just, well, if I can pick it up, that's just a little bit longer. Okay, guys, that is it for today's class. What do you think? We've got some great cards. So like I just told you at the beginning, you'll receive enough cardstock to make 2 of each of these cards. I love how they turned out. And I will have more with this stamp set inspiration for you guys, because I'll be sharing next week my probably honestly over the weekend, I'll be sharing my card club projects that I'm going to use for June. I do want to show you really quick before I tell you guys the winner of the prize patrol, because when I shared May's monthly card club projects, I did not have the embellishments, and I just wanted to show you because it really makes a difference with the embellishment. It really makes the cards just kind of pop, I think. So that was May's. You had to register by the 20th, and then everybody this month received a full pack of the Bright and Beautiful DSP paper and those beautiful tinsel gems. I love those. So that was May. And then next week for commenting or sharing. Oh, thank you so much, Stacy. You're so kind. Next week for commenting or sharing, I will be giving away the olive branch stamp set. And all you have to do is, like I just said, comment or share. And then I use a random comment picker to draw the winner. And I'll announce the winner next week. And last week, I said the giveaway for this week would be the Twisted Rope 3D embossing folder that I used on these cards. And if we have a drum roll, I will tell you the winner was Beth Smith. And I have not seen her on here yet. Let me scroll through comments and see if I can find her. But I'm not seeing her, but she might watch the replay. If I'm not mistaken, I think her comment last week wasn't live. It might have been on the replay. Beth, I do not have your mailing address, so if you would send that to me, I would greatly appreciate it. You can find me on Facebook and private message me there, and I will get that in the mail to you. I don't have a lot to share with you guys this week, business-wise. That is the host code that you need to use if you want the 6 free make and take packets sent to you. And then I think that's it. Let me tell you a little bit about my card club. So it's $38 a month. And like I just said, you have to join by the 20th of the month to get that much projects. If you're currently already subscribed to my card club, you don't have to rejoin every month. That is just for new people. You're automatically billed through PayPal until you cancel your subscription. And then every month I send you the cardstock to make 2 of each of 4 designs. And then you always receive as close to $20 as I can possibly get it of Stampin' Up! Products that you'll use to create the projects. And I also include the envelopes, the videos, and the PDFs. And then once you've been a member for 6 consecutive months, you earn a free $25 product bonus. If you're not already subscribed to my newsletter, please do so. And as soon as you subscribe on my blog, it's bobbystamps.com. As soon as you subscribe, you'll get a free PDF download. And then every week I send another newsletter that has a free PDF tutorial for you. And I think, you guys, that is it. I'm trying to look to see if there's anything else. This month's card club projects will go out in the mail first thing in the morning. And then we will be focusing on June stuff because May is almost over. Okay, guys, does anybody have any questions or anything for me? I'm just going to scroll back up and look through comments really quick. I don't see anything. Okay, guys, I will see you next Thursday. And I do have to say, I think Thursdays is going to work out great. I really liked it better. It just seemed like everything just kind of fell into place switching it to Thursday. So I think I'm going to keep it on Thursdays. And I will see you